Introducing to you first on my left, fighting out of the blue corner, the challenger. Wearing black trunks with white trim, he hails from Los Mochis, Sinaloa, Mexico. He weighed in at a ready 139 pounds with a record of 25 wins, 2 losses, and 4 draws. He has 13 wins coming by way of knockout. Currently ranked the WBC number 5 super lightweight contender. Here is the NABF super lightweight champion making his first attempt at a world title, introducing Akhmed Santos. And presenting his opponent across the ring on my right, the defending champion fighting out of the red corner, wearing black trunks, hailing from Sydney, Australia by way of Sarov, Russia. He weighed in at the super lightweight limit of 140 pounds even. His outstanding record includes 23 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw, with 19 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is the former IBF world champion and the current WBC super lightweight champion of the world, introducing Kostya. Tszyu. Once again, our referee in charge, Frank Cappuccino, now to give instructions. 12 rounds of boxing scheduled.
Tszyu. Good evening, gentlemen. I want you to protect yourself at all times. I want you both to touch gloves, and I will leave it with you. Go back to your corner, please.
Final instructions from veteran referee Frank Cappuccino. Kostya's typical MO, go for the early knockout. As Johnny Lewis, who declined to wear a microphone, unlike Jose Morales in the Akhmed Santos corner, gives a final hug to Kostya. Santos, nothing comes easy for this underrated boxer. Simply shows up to work and fights his heart out. He does have a good chin, and he's probably going to need it tonight against Kostya, who is a human buzzsaw.
Yeah, he's going to have to get his pound of flesh too, Steve. I talked about it earlier. He's going to have to do something to get respect from Tszyu, because Tszyu is not that he doesn't respect him, but his style and his MO is forward and fast.
He usually tests his opponent's heart and chin almost immediately, does Tszyu. He'll find out if Santos wants to fight. He's mean and strong. He hits hard and often. Straight ahead type fighter, a headhunter, often with lots of pressure.
Well, Santos is doing what he said he's going to do, stand in front of him and punch a lot. So far he's done that. We haven't seen the opposing charge yet.
Tszyu always looks to establish control early, looks to dictate. Was a little wild in the first round with Miguel Angel Gonzalez and settled down in what started out as a dirty fight. Tszyu hits so hard, his trainer Johnny Lewis says he hits like a junior middleweight, but he says he's increased his power even more on 5 to 6 kinds of punches. So maybe he punches like a middleweight now.
You notice, though, he still does keep that left hand a la the Eastern European style. Keeps it out there as more as a prodder, not always just for points like they do in the amateurs, but a rangefinder. And then he looks to unload and hook off it.
Break.
Nice hybrid style. He uses it well, uses his legs well, move in and out. What a great right hand. He has good power.
Yeah, that's his signature punch, the straight right. Also has a very effective left hook. Sneaky fast, has one punch knockout power, which Santos does not. Santos going for the 1-2 combination.
There was a nice right hand by Santos. Santos is trying to get his pound of flesh, trying to get the respect. He just doesn't seem to have the power to do it.
Santos standing right in there against the powerful Kostya.
He said he's going to stand in front of him. He sure is, and that's going to cost him. That is going to cost him because Kostya's got much heavier hands.
And not as fast as Tszyu. Tszyu punches very accurately. It's one of his better qualities as a fighter.
There's that right hand starting to find his range. He threw Tszyu threw one nice one to the body and left hook up top.
Again, I point out what Bobby pointed out for the fans. Watch how he uses his left hand. It's a rangefinder. He's not trying to hit him or hurt him with it. He just kind of leaves it out there and then throws that bomb of a right hand right after. Strange style, but it works for him.
Santos was very down on Tszyu's defense.
Some nice hooks by the champion.
Tszyu looking pretty good defensively here. He's blocking most of Santos's punches. He said he was working on his defense more, but of course he's known as an offensive-minded player.
Back in between his legs, Pete.
I don't think they can say much to him except keep doing what you just did, because he won the round easy.
Make things happen.
Rushing it over there.
Yeah. Just putting your timing out, mate. Just watch him, because he's throwing the left hook and the big right hand over the top. Just settle down a little bit. Yeah. Haz caso.
I have nothing.
Échatelo aquí en el 5. Ahí está. Vámonos.
Tranquilo, ya pasaste el primer round. Está muy lento, güey. Tú estás ganando
He
contra
says he's not very fast right now.
Hágame
He's
laterales. Hágame laterales, ¿ok?
Step it up.
When he throws it right, nail him.
Let's go.
Jose Morales, the trainer, the father of Eric, the undefeated WBC Super Bantamweight champ, who is soon to fight Marco Antonio Barrera. All right, round 2, scheduled for 12, the WBC Super Lightweight Championship at stake. Tszyu, the champion.
Nice left hook to the body by Santos.
Santos is not taking a step back, you notice. I mean, he's here to fight. He doesn't look like he's too impressed.
The winner of this fight has to fight the mandatory, guess who? Julio Cesar Chavez, who is way past his prime.
It's frightening that a man can maintain that status of #1 contender after the lopsided beating he took, even though it was at welterweight, that he remains #1 at junior welterweight.
Well,
it's a terrible shame.
It's the power of money.
So, yes, politics and money and greed. Tszyu said that, well, he'll train hard for me. This is assuming Tszyu wins this fight. But my feeling, no matter how much Chavez trains, it really won't matter against Kostya.
Them hands loose, get them loose.
As a matter of fact, at his age, the more he trains, the worse it is for him. He has nowhere to go but down.
Santos continues to stand right in front of Tszyu. That could cost him eventually.
Tszyu definitely has the heavier hands. A little bit of speed might be for Santos, but he's not sitting on his punches. He's throwing a lot of arm, not a lot of body.
Tszyu has put on 12 pounds since yesterday's weigh-in. He's up to 152. So that's almost a junior middleweight. Santos up to 148. Good block there by the right arm of Tszyu. Another one. He's blocking and then throwing. Nicely done by Tszyu. He's seeing those punches almost as if they're slow motion. Good duck under move by Tszyu. He really has improved his defense.
It was a nice double jab in the right hand attempt by Santos. He had the right things to try. He's just not making them work.
And a stiff right uppercut by Tszyu.
He's not executing. He's not fast, and he's looping punches. He's got to shorten up and tighten up and come in straight.
Oh, a straight right hand right down the middle by Tszyu. Right between the legs. Then a low blow, but Campachino.
Let him go, let him go.
By Tszyu. Upright combination that connected by Akhmed Santos. Oh, what a right hand by Tszyu right on the jaw.
Santos showing a pretty good chin, because I know a few of those shots were very solid.
Oh, nice right hand, straight down the pike, right on the nose by Tszyu. Tszyu's getting his pound of flesh, as Bobby keeps talking about. Tszyu's got a whole load of flesh now.
Left side
nice
combination by Tszyu.
He's starting to get more and more accurate, land more and more.
Coming up March 3rd, two of boxing's best undefeated champions, David Reed and Felix Trinidad, face off for the WBA Super Welterweight crown in an exclusive SCT pay-per-view telecast. Trinidad, the IBF and WBC welterweight champ, moves up in weight to challenge Reed, the Olympic gold medalist, for his 154-pound title. Also appearing, world champion Ray Mercer will try to capture the WBA North American heavyweight crown. Also on the card, the aforementioned former six-time world champ Julio Cesar Chavez, and Christy Martin seeks to solidify her status as the women's pound-for-pound champion. It's all live on SCT pay-per-view from the outdoor arena at Caesars Palace in Las Vegas, Friday, March 3rd, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. Don't miss it.
Stay in your corner, Tszyu. All the way back.
Well, in the first couple of rounds, Tszyu has shown good hand speed with jabs and combinations, scoring effectively against Akhmed Santos. We begin round 3.
He's not, excuse me, Bobby, he's not been hit real hard yet. I mean, this guy keeps throwing those big arm punches like that one, circling, big, looping punches that aren't landing.
Right now, Tszyu has basically set the tone in the first 2 rounds of what he's going to do. He's going to break this guy down, or at least that's what his attempt is going to be, a little at a time, and he's getting a little more accurate with the shots. He's backing up a little less each time. And the pound of flesh hasn't really come full scale for Santos. He has to land something that makes Tszyu respect him.
9 of Tszyu's 19 knockouts in 3 rounds or less. He's 23-1-1 with 19 knockouts, 7-1-1 in world championship fights. His first defense of the WBC super lightweight title. Straight right hand right on the head by Tszyu. That punch is finding a home consistently.
And Santos is missing consistently. And he has really missed some long shots. You would think he'd start to sharpen them up a little bit, come straight down the middle.
And I'm wondering once again in Tszyu's corner, maybe they should tell him to fire that straight right into the body.
There's a cut. There's a cut. It looks like on the brow.
Let him out, let him out,
Yeah,
let him
the right
out.
side of the head of Tszyu.
Get him loose, get them hands loose,
He
get them
has
hands
been prone
loose.
to cuts and bruises over the course of time.
Stay off his neck, Tszyu. Stay.
Throwing a little harder jab now. Stuffing a jab. A little more than rangefinder.
Once he starts tasting a bit of that blood, perhaps there'll be more of a sense of urgency. And there it is right there. A beautiful straight right hand unleashed by Tszyu.
Clipped him right on the edge of the jaw.
Another countering right hand that sent Santos back a bit. Now he's picking up the pace, Tszyu.
Get him loose, get them hands loose.
By Kostya, then a left hook, followed by another right. He just swarms.
He's working, and he's breaking him down. Little by little, he's getting to where he wants to be, and he's just about there.
Relentless attack of
Tszyu doesn't like going backwards. If Santos could push him back, step with that jab, and step, push back Tszyu, he can be more effective, but Tszyu's just not allowing it.
He's just not going back. I mean, he stands there and takes a shot as you come forward. He's got this guy's formula.
Not just the power, it's the accuracy and the timing of Tszyu's punches, and he has terrific reflexes.
Look what he did just then. He took a couple of little steps back and then came forward with 2 or 3 punches. He's just not going back.
Final seconds of the 3rd round. We'll check out how they handle the little cut. Tszyu, his cut man, Peter Matrevsky.
Right, Pete. You want the sponge? Yeah, the sponge is, I want the sponge, right? The sponge. Put it, you know, the sponge? The sponge? The sponge? Yeah. Just don't take any silly chances. We got into this mode now, so we just got to just keep on being.
Do you ever worry some banging of heads? All fighters have to worry about it. Here they come together, and that appears to be where the cuts start. Tszyu with a signature punch here, working that right hand. Rocks back a little, fires, grazes a little bit, but some blood starting to trickle from the nose of Santos.
That's Papa Tszyu Boris, the young father of Tszyu, who made the big trek from Russia to Australia with his son back in the early 90s. Tszyu continues to move forward and press the attack on the Mexican. Using that left predominantly. Let's see if he follows it up with the right hand, which is his bread and butter punch. There it is, but it just missed. It didn't fully connect, but Santos looks wobble.
Santos just trying to get out of the way. I think the momentum of him trying to get out of the way, plus getting hit with the good right hand, made him appear to be a little more hurt than he was.
Santos' game, he shot a straight right hand that grazed Tszyu. Then he nailed him with a straight right to Santos.
Well, he's getting his pound, but it doesn't seem to be working.
And Tszyu has a rock iron jaw.
Break!
There's nothing wrong with the jaw of Santos. My
True.
God, he's taking
Keep
some
them
shots.
punches up, Ahmed. Keep
Well,
them
we've
up, man.
advertised him as having a very good chin.
Ooh. Boy, when he throws that right hand, you think something's going to happen.
That was a slip by Santos, but he got hit pretty good, too. Santos has been down 3 times in his career. He won 2 of those fights. Last time he was down, February of '99 against Ricky Pilas. That was a victory for Santos by decision.
Once again, Kostya zeroing in on the head, not that much body work. I think the straight right hand to the body with a left uppercut to the chin would be very effective for him right now. He's just not mixing it up. Almost completely headhunting.
He throws a couple of body shots, but he never follows up with a head, as you say. I mean, body shots are okay. There's just not enough of them.
Santos attempting to go to the body, but to no avail.
Watch that backhand, Tszyu.
Tszyu just has
Watch
all
the
the
backhand.
inches.
Break! Break! Step back!
Tough body shot there.
Come on, you guys. Hold it.
Now Santos flicking the jab, but getting almost nowhere with it. That comes the jab of Tszyu. And again, the defense of Tszyu has to be frustrating the Mexican.
Santos' face starting to get a little red and ugly, too. Starting to show some signs of wear and tear.
Nice jab. Hard jab by Tszyu. Very effective. And Santos walking right into a left and a straight right by Tszyu.
Bell!
Another good round for the champion.
Págame agua para bañar. Espérate. Ahí está el agua. Tómate un poquito. Toma otro poquito, el otro tíramelo aquí. Camina hacia atrás, recíbelo con golpes rectos al cuerpo. Remata más tu
Go
derecho.
to the body, he says. Go to the body. Go.
Here you see Kostya Tszyu. See, this is part of that old European style of boxing. He keeps that out there as a rangefinder, and then straight and around he goes his way. And once he has him hurt, he comes back with the left hooks as we roll the tape. He likes to use it as a rangefinder for the looping shots and the straight shots. There's one off the side of the head, another one around, and then he comes up with the hook as he got Santos in a little bit of trouble early in that round.
It has been a surgical-like performance for Kostya Tszyu, who's been blocking Santos' jabs all night defensively while scoring with his own. The reach advantage by Santos not having any effect. Well, these are hard, pounding punches by Tszyu.
You're right. Tszyu's made up his mind to get out of here.
I'll tell you what, some of those shots you could see, he's not just hitting with good form and good power, he's hitting him with his attitude.
And Santos in trouble right now. The face of Santos really welling up. Kostya Tszyu all over him, really turning it up a notch here in round 5.
Oh, that was a nice little shot underneath. He's throwing with a much different power and attitude than he had before. He's coming on to, okay, let's get this thing over with, man. Let's go.
Tszyu told us he's increased the power on about 5 or 6 different kinds of punches, and Santos feeling.
You can see, too, the transition time when Tszyu throws a shot, it sits in the body or in the face of Santos. It just stays with him.
It may stay with him for days. Santos walked right into one there, but it didn't seem to faze him.
Come on.
Santos just being tossed around like a rag doll.
Santos starting to bleed from the nose from those hard shots. As well as he might, he's been getting powdered.
This looks like vintage Julio Cesar Chavez, the way he would accumulate against an opponent, and then the opponent's face would start getting worse and worse each round.
Yeah, that's kind of what it looks like, and I think his body shots, although there aren't that many, are starting to pile up too.
Yeah, we saw the same thing with Miguel Angel Gonzalez. His face as the fight went on got worse and worse, more swollen, more blood, cuts, and you could see the damage done.
Interesting. Santos told us his idol growing up was Julio Cesar Chavez, and how interesting if he would be able to upset Tszyu, he'd have to fight Chavez.
He said he really doesn't want to, but that business is business.
Well,
Break!
With facing this fight, we all said to him, we don't have to worry about that. The chances are remote.
Right hand by Kostya.
Santos displaying a great chin. That was a picture-perfect right hand.
What a beauty.
Santos trying to answer back to the body, but having no impact at all. Missing with those punches, walking into rights and lefts by Tszyu as Santos. With Santos struggling and Tszyu just having his way.
Shot to the body by Santos as the ball.
Get him on the jump. Want the sponge? The sponge.
Someone on your back? Yeah, back of your head.
Concentrate on him, Cost. Keep your hands up, mate. Yeah. He's still dangerous. Oh. Just wear him out. Just wear him out.
Here's that right hand. He stuffs the jab in and fires a right hand, and you can see the legs almost come out from under Santos, and that wasn't even his best right hand. Here's another look from overhead. Got the rangefinder in the right hand. You see the legs start to wobble. That after effect, sometimes a delayed reaction.
Just spin it. There, Lennon.
Well, the look on the face of Akhmed Santos. He's very courageous, has a lot of guts, but he looked resigned in that corner.
No, hold it.
You know, I had no real good indication through the tapes I'd seen of Santos to see what kind of chin he had, but he didn't have one this good. I didn't think if I was going to go 6-4 rounds.
Come on, Ahmed.
Claiming that he is the recipient of rabbit punches of Santos. Heavy overhand right hand there, but that had landed squarely. It would have been all over for Santos.
There was a great body shot by Tszyu, but if he throws a couple more, 1-2 to the body, then rip the uppercut up in the middle, I can't help but think that this fight would be a lot easier. Oh.
Pounding
Yeah,
right
you go
hand
down that way, man.
by Tszyu. Santos continues to complain to Frank Cappuccino.
He got hit in the back of the head with that series of punches because he bent over.
And that was more Santos' fault than anything else.
Yeah, that just happened coincidentally, like that one just there.
Because of the angle.
Oh, look at
Body
those shots.
shot by Tszyu.
Break.
Right in the solar plexus.
Let him go, man.
And that has to hurt.
Now, those are the punches that Chavez used to throw that break you down. He's doing the same thing.
You just jackknife in half. It just takes the wind right out of you.
Believe me, the body shots last a whole lot longer than those chin shots. You can shake them off to the jaw much more quickly than those body shots.
Straight right hand, lead right by Kostya. No answer by the challenger. There's one right off the top of the head by Tszyu. Continues to pummel the Mexican Santos.
I don't know how much Santos can take those right hands that land right on the jaw.
You see what happened too was Tszyu started working the body. That left hand came down to protect the body, and there's the right hand once again.
Right hand, the signature punch of Kostya, who is now punishing Santos. Lost his footing.
Hey,
Claiming he
man,
was down.
turn your back.
Combination, the left hand got in there by Tszyu, the right missed.
Tszyu trying to get him down.
He's looking for his 6th straight
Let him go,
knockout
let him
victory.
go.
Kostya won 5 in a row by KO.
You see the eye starting to swell up again by Santos. Nose is bleeding. Everything coming apart.
Well, he's fighting like a beaten fighter now. Right now, he's just in that give me a move.
A lunging right hand by Kostya that snapped the head of Santos straight back.
Kostya is starting to smell the beginning of the end here. I can see it in his eyes.
And I believe so, Santos. Santos is saying, I wonder how much more of this I got to go through.
But a very proud, courageous Akhmed Santos. not only impressed here with the offensive, Tszyu, but the defense as well, which he has been criticized for.
He said, if you keep on going like this, we're going to stop the fight. Is the first thing he said.
Cállese, no te hable. Tira aquí el agua. Traes un chingo de aire, lo que no traes son huevos, cabrón.
He says, you don't have any guts. What's the matter with you? Stand and fight. They're saying all kind of terrible things, though. If you don't want to do this, we'll stop the fight, they said.
We're going to take a look at this one of the shots where he bends. Tszyu actually didn't really hit him in the back of the head. He hit him in the ear, sort of. He complained. And it's not really relevant because he's just going to run into some more damage. Here's the right hand on the chin. Crisp, clean. Not his best punch because his momentum was moving backward, but it hurt Santos nonetheless. There was another good body shot and another set of right hands to the ear.
You know, that's the kind of beating that's bad, Bobby, because it's not enough to stop the fight, but it's so damaging to go round after round.
No.
It's not a knockdown. How about unofficially, I could pretty much guess what your scores are here at half.
I have a shutout.
Yeah, it has to be a shutout. Not really any two-point rounds yet, though.
How about the fans at home online? They've got it the same way. 6-zip for Kostya. So how would you like to be Akhmed Santos? You're getting pummeled and punished, and you come back to your corner. Your trainer, Jose Morales, is calling you a coward, basically.
And you know what? The funny thing I think is that the corner, for whatever reason, doesn't respect and see what I see in Tszyu the same way Santos didn't. Now he's learning firsthand what is so difficult about beating this kid.
Well, I think it's just the opposite. I think he's showing a lot of guts standing in there and taking his pummeling.
Yeah, he's trying. All Mexican fighters try. I don't think there's one I've ever met that's a coward. I mean, they try, but this guy's just outclassed. He is just outclassed.
Doesn't have the skills or the power of a Kostya. Very evident here, and we knew that going in. But we also knew that the kid had a lot of heart.
There's some good fights out there for Tszyu. Good fights. I mean, he can light up the heavens here for the next year or two or more. He is something. He's the goods.
Well,
we saw two futures today. Zab Judah wasn't bad either. We've got two futures going here. Good kids.
I'll tell you, it's a great division. Charbonnet Mitchell, Teron Millette, Randall Bailey, Judah, Tszyu. It's a great division.
Very exciting division. And Kostya Tszyu even mentions the possibility of going up and wait some time and fighting Oscar De La Hoya. He talked about Arturo Gatti. Would be very entertaining. But this division alone with Mitchell, Bailey, and of course Judah, really terrific.
Break.
As long as he doesn't mention Roy Jones Jr. I mean, stop somewhere along the line. Look at that. Look at that series of combinations he put in there. And punctuated it with a body shot. Wow, what a kid.
Tszyu systematically putting the Mexican away.
He doesn't waste much energy. He's very efficient, accurate. Makes his punches count.
Smacking right hand to the body.
And a right hand to the head right after it. Oh.
And he follows it up too, which is exciting.
Well, I think he was listening to Bobby. Bobby had just said, why don't you put one to the body and one to the head? He did just that. Wow, perfect.
You might have a little TV in the corner.
Oh, another right hand right on the mantle.
And they're noisy punches.
Oh, another one. Gosh, what's holding Santos up? Oh, my.
Oh, smacking shots. He's chopping them down. Well, Santos complains they are behind the head, but that's because he's down at the time. Let's see, they didn't call that a knockdown.
No, it's not. It's a beating.
Amazingly, there have been no knockdowns thus far. Well, we talked about all the terrific champions in this 140-pound division. Take a look after the first fight. Brooklyn's southpaw sensation Zab Judah won his fight earlier against South African Jan Bergman in the 4th round, and so put him up on that list, his first world title.
I'll tell you what, Steve, just looking at this group brings me back to the days of Leonard and Hearns and Hagler and Duran, and that type of rivalry and trilogies could be set up instantly, and this is just a great division with talent.
Boy, you could just map out a bunch of fights and be busy for 2 years here. This guy fights that guy, he beats this guy, fights that guy. Wow. Things are getting good in boxing again.
Endless possibilities for unification.
Just when you think we're through, they pull you back in again. It's another great era in boxing.
Thank you, Al Pacino.
That's what makes boxing so great.
Round 8. It is scheduled for 12 for the WBC Super Lightweight title. Kostya Tszyu throwing a shutout in his first defense. He won the title over Miguel Angel Gonzalez in a dominant performance. And goes Santos for the first time in the fight.
He hurt him a little bit, but then he hit him with a beautiful right uppercut. What I said before, just come up top. Work it, come up top.
You all right, son? Huh?
No, he's not all right.
He's in trouble.
No, he's not all right.
Well, let's see if it ends here in the 8th round. That's the 4th time Santos has gone down. He goes down for the 2nd time, and Frank Cappuccino says it's over. It's all over after the 2nd knockdown, and Kostya Tszyu retains his title.
In a very impressive method. He not only worked the fight the way he wanted it, had patience, he broke the guy down, imposed his will, and in the end finished off fast. So a big, big impressive win for Kostya Tszyu. I see nothing but great things for this kid in the next year or two.
A surgical-like performance by Kostya Tszyu. He gets past Ahmed Santos in convincing fashion, and it certainly looks like he's on his way to now making his next defense against the mandatory, of all people, Julio Cesar Chavez.
You know what? He systematically broke this kid down, and I got to be honest with you, I think he'll do the exact same thing with Chavez. Chavez is not the fighter he was. He cannot handle this kind of strength, this kind of pressure, and this kind of power at that age.
Does he have to be careful, though, in the future about all those rabbit punches in the back of the head? I realize that some of them were Santos's fault because of the angle. He was kind of bent over. But
you know what? He didn't really hit him in the back of the head. It was the side, and the temple is still legal. It didn't really reach the back of the head. I think if we show some replays, if we were able to catch him, that they weren't really clean in the back of the head.
Well, he knocked him down a couple of times in the 8th after no knockdowns through 7. Let's take a look at the first one.
You'll see he works his way in, as he always does, with that left hand out there, feeling, range finding, jabbing. Hits him in the ear, hits him in the ear again. Now watch the uppercut on the inside. There's a nice right hand, but here comes the uppercut right there. Right in the throat, into the chin. And I know that hurt.
Ooh.
Now we'll watch again. Left hand always out there measuring. That one was toward the back of the head, but it's a shame that Santos actually turned away and bent his head. You can't do that. Here's the same knockdown. Right here, and that one's in the back of the head.
Yeah, that's what I was pointing out.
That one is in the back of the head.
Santos was complaining about it throughout. Kostya Tszyu's 6th straight knockout win, retains his title, ups his record to 24-1-1 with 20 knockouts, 8 1-1 world title fights. Santos slips to 25-3-4. So Tszyu must now fight the mandatory Chavez, who, as mentioned, is past his prime. In the future, title unification would set up some very attractive fights. Tszyu versus Judah, perhaps, or Shambe Mitchell, the WBA champ, or WBO champ Randall Bailey. 30-year-old Kostya Tszyu, still the WBC super lightweight champion of the world.
Very good, very good. Not the best.
Let's get the official word from our ring announcer, Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time of 36 seconds in round number 8. Our referee in charge, Frank Cappuccino, stops the contest. The winner by way of technical knockout, and still the WBC Super Lightweight Champion of the world, Kostya Tszyu.
So Kostya Tszyu, still the champion and retaining his title tonight in very impressive fashion over Ahmed Santos out of Los Mochis, Mexico. And we're going to be seeing a lot more of Kostya Tszyu as well as Zab Judah in the near future. We'll check out the online scoring. It was, as mentioned, a shutout all the way through, as the fans at home online had it for Kostya Tszyu. 8 rounds to nothing. Let's get it up to the fight doctor, Ferdy Pacheco, with the champion.
Well, shutout for us, shutout for the fans at home. How did you see the fight?
Oh, won all rounds. Didn't lose any particular second in the fight. But I'm not really happy with performance.
Why is that?
Something was missing. And I've done a good job. But I want to give big credit to Santos. He is a great chin. He's got great chin. I hit him a few times, very flash on the chin. I feel his pain, but he just ignored.
You also hit him in the back of the head a couple of times, but that was more because he's going down.
Yeah, probably yes. I did apologize already for him that if I did it. I could did it. It's a fight, and I've been excited, and he turned his head and just tried to continue hit him.
I think that so many people are wanting to fight you now because you're so exciting and you're the money fighter. Yeah, you're the guy. Where do you think you go from here?
Well, it's the mandatory contender Chavez, the great Julio Cesar Chavez. He's the mandated challenger, #1. The WBC have stipulated so, and now we have to commence negotiations to do that.
Would you go to Australia for that fight or Mexico?
It's very hard to tell at the moment. We've first got to talk to our friend Mr. Don King and see if we can resolve it.
Well, who do you want in your heart? Who would you really like to fight?
Look, so many guys, so many exciting guys
pick
now.
One that you really like to fight. Like guys say, hey, this guy's almost as good as I am. I want to fight him.
Look, my goal here to unify the title, unify the super lightweight division. This is the guys like Zeb won to fight today in a very impressive way. Shambra Mitchell here somewhere. He's so many good fighters.
Any one of those, Bailey.
I'm happy to fight anyone. The reason is I'm WBC champion.
Well, you are the money man now. You're the man on top of everything. From now on, everybody's going to be looking at you with somebody. So we look forward to many good fights down the years with you. All right, now back to Steve at ringside.